Hello and welcome to part 1 of reviewing all wizard subclasses. For wizards and Sony subclasses, I will be doing them in batches. So for this batch, we're doing School of Abjuration, School of Conjuration, and School of Divination. So first of all, let's start with School of Aberration. Abjuration. But first of all, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and smash that subscribe button. And yeah, let's get into it. So now you get Abjuration. So with every single wizard subclass, depending on the school of magic you pick, well, depending on the subclass you pick, that school of magic will be easier to copy into your spell book. So, for example, if you get a scroll that is a necromancy spell and you're a necromancy wizard, you'll be able to copy that into your spell book a lot easier than you normally would be able to for any other spell. At level 2, we get Arcane Ward. Starting at second level, you can weave magic around yourself for protection. When you cast an Abjuration spell first level or higher, you can simultaneously use a strand of spell's magic to create a magical ward on yourself that lasts until you finish a long rest. The ward has hit points equal to twice your wizard level plus int mod. When you take damage, the ward takes the damage. Instead, if the damage is reduced the ward to 0 hit points, you take any remaining damage. So basically, like Ward shape. While the ward has 0 hit points, it can't absorb damage, but its magic remains. When you cast an Abjuration spell first level or higher, the ward regains hit points equal to twice the level of the spell. You can only use this ward once for long rest because it stays until long rest. Huh. I do think it is pretty strong. Abjuration. Let's go to the abjuration spells real quick that we can learn. Absorb elements, armor of Agadus. Wizards don't get that. Mage armor, shield. Some pretty good spells here. Aid. I don't know. I don't think wizards get that. That's just a good spell in general. Counter spell is a very nice one to have. I mean, banishment. Yeah. Make sure to drink water, folks. Greater restoration. That can be nice. Fizzband's Quantum Shield, Global Vulnerability. Overall, there are some pretty good abjuration spells, but a lot of them seem to be lower levels, so that's kind of gonna suck a little. But next we get Projected Ward. Starting at 6th level, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to cause your Arcane Warp to absorb the damage. If the damage reduces the ward to 0 hit points, the warded creature takes any remaining damage. So basically, now your Arcane Ward can protect you and your allies. Overall, a good feature. This will make your Arcane Ward get melted through a lot quicker. And honestly, depending on your party, this feature might be useless. Because if you're with a party with 3 barbarians and you're the only wizard, putting an arcane ward in front of any of your barbarians is really going to take away the value that you get from arcane ward. Because arcane ward really just helps the wizard not die to a d12, if it rolls max damage. Because the wizard is extraordinarily weak. So next we get improved abjuration. Begin 10th level. When you cast an abjuration spell that requires you to make an ability check as part of casting the spell, counterspell to spell magic, you add a proficiency bonus to that ability check. So basically, this is going to make you a counterspelling and magic dispelling god. This will allow you to much easier land your counterspells or land your dispel magics, and overall just make you so much better. That's a very good feature, and overall you will be getting a lot of use out of it if you are playing in a high if you're playing in a high magic setting where like there's wizards every other day. Then holy hell, this feature will probably save your campaign more times than you can count because of how broken some spell effects can be. Spell resistance. Starting at 14th level, you have advantage on saving throws against spells. Furthermore, you have resistance against the damage of all spells. Yeah, it's just strong. I mean, I took a sip of water. Make sure you drink water, folks. Yeah, that's just strong. Well. So overall, to review the Abjuration School of Magic, I think it is so focused on defense that I think it covers one of the wizard's most glaring problems. The fact that its defenses are piss poor at best. It has no bulk. It will have a good con modifier, but that's good. But that good con modifier is only putting it in line with like a wizard or with no, not a wizard, but like a fighter with a bad con mod. A good con mod on a wizard will just be putting it in line with what like a base fighter is having. with no con mod. So when you like scale in that feature, it really makes you see that like wizards need a lot of defense, and this provides a lot of defense. A counter spell can absorb infinite amount of damage. A dispel magic can absorb infinite amount of damage or take away infinite amount of damage. Projective ward is pretty damn useless because the thing with the wizard is strong. The wizard is powerful. But the reason why the wizard is so strong and powerful is because at higher levels, it can cast really good concentration spells that can just completely destroy a whole encounter. It can cast Mass Polymorph. It can cast friggin' Shape Change or True Polymorph. It can cast all these super broken spells or Anti Magic Field. It can cast all of this stuff, but its concentration and its low hit points is what kind of makes it falter a bit. And with Arcane Ward, it basically makes the only weakness the wizard has, but makes it less of a weakness. So overall, to wrap up my thoughts on the School of Abjuration, I think I'm gonna give it an S. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an S tier. I think genuinely this perfectly helps the wizard with its weaknesses, and overall just makes the wizard class a lot stronger. And overall, I think it's a very good pick. If you're playing wizard and you really don't like how weak or vulnerable some of them can be, I think School of Abjuration is for you. But the next one in our series is School of Conjuration. Again, they conjure your servants. Any conjuration spell can be copied into your spellbook for cheaper and takes less time. So now we got minor conjuration. Starting at second level, when we select the school, you can use your action to conjure up an animate object in your hand or on the ground in an unoccupied space that you can see within 10 feet of you. The object can be no longer than 3 feet on any side and weigh no more than 10 pounds. And its form must be that of a non-magical object that you have seen. The object is visibly magical, radiating dim light out to 5 feet. The object disappears after 1 hour and uses feature again, or if it takes reducing damage. Huh. I think the best use of this would probably be like animate a bomb and tell it to just move towards the enemy so it can just blow up. But what bomb weighs less than 10 pounds? Um, Again, it has its uses, but I don't. Okay, like in looking at it, I don't see its power. It can see it like maybe being used to bombs, but I don't know how much like D&D bombs weigh. But I don't know how much of like the really impactful ones are less than 10 pounds. But that's like the only, or maybe if you like have to insert a key into something, or because you can't switch vision with it, you can't like a familiar just like roll your eyes back and you can't do that. I mean, radiating dim light for 5 feet is nice at best. It's around the size of your standard halfling. So I don't. Okay, it's the first. Okay, this first feature is a little bit disappointing. Uh, well, I mean, could you? Okay, could you conjure like a freaking a gold piece? The thing is, it can't be more than 10 pounds, so you can't even conjure like a silver bar with it. Because as soon as like they see, oh, why is this silver bar weigh only 10 pounds when it should weigh 100? They're gonna be like, okay, this is magic. You're scamming me. And what the hell? Like, I don't know. It probably has its uses, but you have to be creative with them. Next we get Bane Transportation. Starting at 6th level, you can use your action to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. Alternatively, you can choose a space within range that is occupied by a smaller medium creature. If that creature is willing, you both teleport swapping places. When you use this feature, you can't do so until you finish a long rest or cast a conjuration spell. I don't know how I feel about that. What is it? Smaller medium creatures, so most of your party members. Let's see some conjuration spells. Find familiar. Grease, ice knife, cloud of daggers. That's a good one. Fog familiars, misty step, summon beast, vortex warp, web, call lightning, conjure. Okay, there are definitely some interesting spells here. Huh. Okay, overall, I think it has a good list of spells, but I don't know. I mean, being able to teleport up to 30 feet is nice, but since it's long rest locked, you can use it maximum of 5 times a day. So I'm assuming when you cast a conjuration spell, you just regain the use of it. Because I hope you don't have to automatically use it that no, because it's your action. It's an action teleport, only 30 feet. Oh, that's terrible. What? No, that's bad. I'm sorry. Using your action to teleport for 30 feet to an unoccupied space or swap out with a medium or small. Yeah, I ain't going just trash. It has. I mean, yeah, it has its uses, but why not just use Misty Step? Like wizards get Misty Step. Like it's a bonus action, and you can still huck a cantrip at it that can do damage. I don't know. I mean, I guess because it's a second level spell, and like but like what second level spells are wizards like? Oh no, I lost second level spell slots. Woe is me. It's like wizards don't have any spells like second level spells that like oh my gosh I don't have it. I mean, I guess darkness wizards don't abuse darkness. They're not sorcerers or paladins. In large reduce, I guess, but that's hold person. Okay, hold person. Well, I mean I guess hold person. I guess that is an interesting spell. But overall, web. I mean, it's not, vortex warp can be not. Wait, can't you just vortex warp yourself and you can get more? Bro, yeah, you can literally just vortex warp yourself there. And this is it's 90 feet. Unless it can technically go wherever it wants. I think it's 90. Yeah, I mean for first level. It does cost a first level spell, but the thing is, first level spells for wizards are so impactful because of stuff like absorb elements, shield, friggin' mage armor. Things that wizards need to have active because of their offensive features, and wizards lack defense. So having to take away a wizard's defensive feature for a teleport that's 30 feet, I don't think it's worth it. And overall, I think this is a bad feature. Well, okay, it's not a for the wizard and the utility that they do provide. It is a bad feature simply because they have better options that are less costly and overall better impact their action economy, in my opinion. Next, we get focus conjuration. Gain a 10th level while you're concentrating on a conjuration spell. Your concentration can't be broken as a result of taking damage. Alright, let's see what type of conjuration spells need concentration here. Let's see here. So a gate if there wish. Oh, wish is instantaneous. Maze, I guess. Reality break. Tsunami. Tsunami. Plane shift. I don't know. Plane shift is instant. Temple of the Gods. What the hell is this? I'll read that later. Conjure celestial. I was. If that's a cleric only spell. So Arcane Gate. That's the wizards. Yeah, wizards know that. I guess Heroes. I mean, no, Heroes Feast is instant. Most of the wizards don't get Heroes Feast. Summoned wizards get summoned feet. Yeah, wizards do get summoned feet. Oh, it's optional. So I think it's Tasha's. I think it's Tasha's. Crap that gives it to him. Cloud Kill. Conjure Elemental. Summon. I mean, I'm okay. Where's Black Tentacles? That could be nice. I'm I'm reading through all this. Oh, Call Lightning. Okay. Well, Hunger of Hate I already don't get. Spell Spirit. Yeah. This is a 10th level feature, and it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's weak, But it's just I don't see any spells out here that really like jumping at my throat. I'm like, oh wow, they can never lose that spell. Like I'm not. Maybe I'm being a hater. Am I being a hater? I don't think I'm being a hater. So I'm not even here. I mean, I guess you can keep Cloud of Daggers up for the whole fight, which can okay, Cloud of Daggers for the whole fight can be nice. Healing Spirit, no, they don't get it. Flock of Familiars, they got that right. And having a bunch of familiars, I can just annoy the living crap out of them. I guess being able to have web up the whole fight. Okay, I was hating a little bit. I think it's an alright feature. I was looking at the spells they have, and overall, I don't think any of them are too impactful. No, okay, web can be pretty impactful. I think it's an okay feature. I don't think it's game breakingly busted. I think it's okay. I think for wizards, I think it's a good feature. Can definitely be useful at times, but other times you're like, I guess I have it. Well, the real thing, I would have to compare it to every other school and like see what other concentration spells they get. See, because since it's limited to the school that you have to do, it kind of sucks. Like you can't concentrate on a true polymorph. You can't concentrate on that because that could get destroyed. That's the thing. It's like you have to. Mm, okay, I'm gonna stop looking into it before. And then overall, I think it's it's a feature. I don't think it's inherently taking. I don't think it's inherently making the wizard worse. Like the Bane's transformation, I think that's inherently making the wizard worse. But I don't think it's really adding much when you look at the wizard spell list. Because they have so much other spells from other schools of magic they would want to concentrate on, and I don't think conjurations are one of the main whole classes of spells they really want to be focusing on. Next, we got Durable Summon, starting at 14th level. Any creature that you summon or create with a conjure spell has 30 temp HP. Yeah, pretty nice. It just makes all of your guys equally more. Wait, this also works for familiars. Huh. Wait, hold on. Wait, this can potentially be abused. Hold on. Conjuration. You can just summon a flock of familiars. Yeah. How many familiars can you summon in a flock of familiars? Summon three. And if you upcast it, you can get. Okay, so in theory, you could summon in like five. You can summon in like what? Like friggin' three familiars. Now all have nine. So basically, it allows you to have over 90 hit points worth of just tank that a guy has to get through. Which honestly isn't that bad. Um, I don't. You know what? Actually, I like that. I think it's a good feature. And I think it's one you can build around upon in a one shot where you have it at the start. But if you're doing a full on campaign where you have to, you know, get each levels by actually doing stuff and not just one shot. Oh, you start off at a 20th level. I think it severely falls off. And overall, I just don't think this subclass is really worth it. The 10th and 14th level features are the only really ones where I'm like, wow, this is so cool and so good. Yeah, not even the 10th level one. That one's, yeah. Overall, I do think the 14th level feature is very strong, but again, 14th level features do not hold as much weight as the second or even 6th level feature. For the simple reason is that 14th level features, you know, you're barely gonna have them throughout your career, so they don't hold as much weight on your total campaign as say a second level feature. But yeah, at School of Conjuration, I think I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's not the best. I mean, granted, there probably will be someone in the comments that will correct and say, "Oh, actually, Conjuration Wizards have this really cool text or whatever." And if you do have one of these, like, "Oh, you didn't really realize this, but as someone who's played one before, you can actually do this." If you have any of those really cool tips and tricks for any of these wizard subclasses, leave them down in the comments. Don't be scared. I won't. As long as you're not being like hating, like, "Oh, you're an idiot. How did you not realize?" If you want to, you can leave down your tips and tricks for any of these subclasses. So overall, because I want these videos to be something where like if someone wants to play one of these wizard subclasses, they can go to the comments and the video for help. So if you have any tips and tricks for building any of these subclasses, leave them that I may have overlooked. But next we got the Wizard School of Divination. Again, they can copy divination spells for cheaper and faster into their spellbook. But next we have Potent. I already know this subclass is pretty good because I've read it before, so yeah. Starting at 20th, at second level, when you choose this school, glimpses of the future begin to press in your awareness. When you finish a long rest, roll 2d20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any attack roll, save roll, or ability check made by your creature they can see if no, you or a creature that you can see with one of those foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace the roll in this way once per turn. Each foretelling roll can only be used once. When you finish a long rest, you lose any unused foretelling rolls. So basically, it allows you to roll 2d20s from the start you wake up and throughout your whole day. You can just swap those d20s out at any moment. This is very broken, and this is very broken if you get a natural 20 or a natural 1. This feature, if you get a natural 20, becomes game breakingly broken because for a simple reason is at any moment you can make your paladin crit. At any moment you can make the big bad evil guy just take a full-on paladin divine smite crit if you have a paladin in the party, or they have to take on a full-on barbarian crit with brutal critical. And not a lot of bosses are surviving 4d12s. Well, no, not all bosses are surviving like 5d12s. So I think this feature is strong, but if you get a 20 or a 1, game breakingly broken. Next, we got Expert Divination. Being at 6th level, casting divination spells comes easier to you, and that expends only a fraction of your spellcasting efforts. When you cast a divination spell of 2nd level or higher using a spell slot, you regain 1 expended spell slot. The slot you regain must be of a lower level than the spell you cast and can't be higher than 5th level. Wow. Okay, hold on. Infinite money glitch? Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's see here. Let's look at divination spells. So, detect docks, find traps, locate, see invisibility. Not the best. Clairvoyance, tongues, arcane eye. Okay, I think I can tell why they get spells like this. Let me. Okay, there's shapes. Wise Hunter marks divination. What? Okay, that's fair. Okay, this on paper sounds like an amazing feature, but in reading the spell list, I don't think it's that good. I mean, okay, maybe if you have any leftover 2nd level spell slots or anything higher, like I'm out of shields, I'm out of mage armor, I need more mage armor slash shields slash absorb elements. I'm gonna just waste all my 2nd level slots I don't have any good spells for, or on my 5th level or whatever, and I'm gonna just waste them all to get back those 1st level slots so I can waste my shield. I can do all of this. Granted, you could just use your shield with that, but yeah, that's reading into it too much. I think it's a good feature, but severely weakened because of how lackluster, to put it nicely, divination spells are. But next we get the third eye, Shadow Filion. Starting at 10th level, you can use your action to increase your powers of perception. When you do so, choose one of the following benefits which lasts until you're incapacitated or taking a short or long rest. You can use this feature again to finish a short or long rest. You gain dark vision, range of 60 feet. You gain ethereal plane within 60 feet of you, ethereal plane within 60 feet of you, greater comprehension. You can read any language. You can see invisible creatures and objects from 10 feet of you that are within your line of sight. Now ethereal plane, I have no idea what that is, if I'm being truly honest. Um, but I think that allows you to see like another plane of existence. Okay, because I know what the ethereal plane is to like an extent, but I don't know what the exact I don't know what it exactly means. So we'll just ignore that one because also I mean when you look at the other one, being able to see invisibility and read any language or dark vision, like dark vision will always be good. But there are some DMs that love, and I mean love, making making everything like different languages. I know some DMs that love making very important things like a language no one knows. So this feature can straight up just make one of those DMs piss their pants in fear. So overall, I think the third eye is extraordinarily strong. Being also dark vision of 60 feet, that's more than some races. You're if you're playing a human with this, you no longer have to worry about dark vision, just not having it, because not having dark vision is very crippling for some campaigns. Also, if your DM loves invisible creatures, or if you're playing Baldur's Gate 3 Act 3, then being able to see invisibility is massive, as I find out. Holy hell, the freaking ball spawn, whoa, are they annoying. Okay, now we get greater potent. I, I, I can't read. I sign at 14th level, the visions in your dream, and intensify and paint a more accurate picture in your mind of what it comes. You roll 3d20s for your opponent feature rather than 2. And you know what? A good full circle moment. If I'm ranking this subclass, honestly, I think it. The thing with potent is or portent. What the okay whatever. Future sight. We'll just call it future sight. You know what future sight is? It's so finicky. Cause in a general sense it's good. But it can just be so crippling. Cause no matter what you roll, because the thing is, no matter what you roll, it will have its uses. If you roll two twos, like you can just make your bot, you can make the big bad evil guy fail on a wisdom saving throw. He gets held person, bangada. Or if you roll like a two natural 20s, your paladin now has two confirmed uses of critical divine smite. Or barbarian two brutal, like dude, the guy's dead. But the thing is, since the fact that the numbers you rolled scale so massively, I don't know if I can give this S tier because it's an A tier subclass. But man, I don't know if I can give it S tier. I think it's A plus. I'll give it A plus. It's not exactly S tier in my book because of how future sight can vary a lot, but I can't give it anything less than an A because of how strong future sight and all the other features are. So yeah, I think it's a solid A plus tier, maybe S. It really depends what you roll. If you roll a 20 and a natural one, you're set. That day is gonna become hell lazy. But if you roll like two twos, I mean, at least I'm not. I'm gonna have to give it an S tier. What I like, yeah, I have to give it an S tier. It's just so damn broken, man. Because I think if you get a 20 on it, it just becomes. Because it's also a second level feature that scales. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it an S tier. But overall, that was me ranking the first three wizard subclasses. I hope you guys all enjoyed. And if you guys did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any tips or guides or tricks or feat combinations or spell combinations that you recommend to play with any of these subclasses, make sure to leave them down below. Or maybe any multi-classing tips. Overall, I believe the wizard should not multi-class because you'll be hurting yourself more than picking up any other feature. So yeah, that's just my opinion. And yeah, that's it. OT19 signing out.